Thank you.
All right, let's hear it for Admiral Kidd Park and our Parks and Recreation team. Good afternoon. This is an incredibly momentous day for us, an exciting day. I'm Rex Richardson. I'm the mayor. I want to thank you for joining us today as we break ground on the playground here at Admiral Kidd Park. This groundbreaking today highlights the important role that partnerships play to overcome big challenges and deliver for our communities. Today we'll be hearing about an incredible partnership led by Partners of Parks, which is a volunteer organization established in 1985 by a group of residents passionate about making sure that our park space was available and accessible to all residents, especially for our seniors, our teens, and our economically disadvantaged youth. In the summer of 2021, many of the playground elements here were destroyed by a fire. Following that unfortunate incident, we all sprung into action. Partners of Parks initiated a campaign to raise funds to make sure that we restore this incredible playground. And so my nickname for this playground is the Phoenix Playground, because we're rising from the ashes better than ever. So I want to first, on behalf of the residents of Long Beach, thank Partners of Parks. And, I want to thank you for your incredible contributions to the community. And I also want to lift up and thank all the corporate partnerships that helped make this happen. We know that what it took to build a playground 10 years ago and 15 years ago is completely different now. The standards have changed. There's ADA accessibility requirements. You can't use certain tubing anymore, lots of engineering. And so it's increased 2, 3, 4-fold in some cases. And this wouldn't have been possible without the partnership and sponsorship of organizations like, let's hear it from Marathon for being with us, and Amazon, who's here with us. So, the playgrounds are really important to me. I'm a dad mayor. I'm the first mayor we've ever had with elementary school kids. We've never had one before. And my girls are serious about their playgrounds. They're 8 and they're 5.5. Interesting how that half works, because she turns 6 in a couple weeks, but she's not letting go of that half. So right now we think in terms of halves. As we go to playgrounds across the city, they give me a real honest assessment. Dad, this one needs some work. We don't want to come back to this one. Let's go back to that other one over there. And, I can't wait to the moment that we can have my girls come test out this new playground and give their stamp of approval that this will be one of the best playgrounds in our city. And we do believe that all children deserve and need access to park spaces to meet their development needs, to make sure that they can have a healthy, safe place to play. We're a city that values the lives of children. We know that requires investment. As a resident, as a parent, we're going to continue to invest in playgrounds to make sure that children in every part of town, no matter what zip code you live in, have access to a park and to a playground within a 10-minute walk from your home. And so we're excited about this day. And now I'd like to bring up our next speaker, who's a champion for the West Side, who makes sure that the city council, the mayor, and the city manager understand the priorities of parks and investing in parks here on the West Side. Let's hear it for Councilman Roberto Uranga.
Thank you, Mayor. Excellent words. And I like that. Admiral Kidd, the Phoenix. Love it. It's a great apropos description of what we're doing here today. 2 years ago, my heart was broken. I woke up to find out that the playground had been burned down. It was no longer. So I immediately contacted my city manager, Mr. Tom Morgan, who's here, and started to, with Partners of Parks, start working together towards we need to replace that park as soon as possible. Knowing bureaucracy is not that fast. And so people were still complaining about, why is it faster over there and we're still waiting here? Well, it does take time. Engineering. The longest part that took for us actually was the fundraising. We wanted to take time to make sure that we got the funds. And thanks to our corporate partnership, and all this stuff out in a little bit. But in 2021, my heart was broken. We'll go to that. So I'm working on it. And here we are to this wonderful day today where we can say we're just about there. We're just about done. We're almost complete. It helps that when we look at park space and park facilities, what does it do? It attracts youth, it attracts kids, and it attracts families. It attracts families to bring their kids and have fun, enjoy. Mayor, be more than happy to join you on that one. I have two grandkids myself. Of course, they're little. One's 6 and one's 6 months. One is 2 months, and they're going to be a little while before they can really jump around and stuff. But looking forward to that day when they're able to do that here in the park that's related to the West Long Beach area. We try to keep West Long Beach abreast of the latest. This is one of those opportunities where we're going to be getting a park that's the latest and greatest in what's available for kids and for families to enjoy. It's ADA accessible, so a lot of kids with physical challenges can come here and enjoy the park. Also, it's an opportunity for kids who don't have disabilities to also enjoy the park. And for us, it's an opportunity to sit on the bench, enjoy watching the kids play, and enjoy a nice day in sunny Long Beach to enjoy the fun and the thrill of seeing our kids play here. So this brings me to a really happy day. But again, as always, it doesn't happen without the help of our stakeholders and our major contributors. Petroleum Foundation, Amazon, the New L Family Foundation, the Long Beach Partnership, Economic Partnership, the Junior League of Long Beach, of course, Partners of Parks, the Lorraine and her own foundation, Miller Foundation, and the Best Hughes Foundation. That's just to mention a few. All the other contributors that were not listed here. The list is long, but they all contributed to make it close to $1 million to raise money to get this facility, a new playground off the ground. So let's give our donators another round of applause. They deserve it. And if I could, I'd hug every one of them. But I only have 2 arms. At the same time, I want to acknowledge the fact that Parks and Recreation, along with the city manager, stepped up and came to our rescue right away. What can we do? We need to get something done as soon as possible. So I looked at our Parks and Recreation department. Brent was here. Went to Brent. I said, hey, what can we do? He said, well, let's talk to Partners of Parks, and then we'll get that ball rolling. In the meantime, we'll talk to Parks and Recreation Department, get that ball rolling, and before you know it, all the machinery, all the machinations were there, and we got to this day. So I'm looking forward to coming here with my grandkids, with Rich's kids, and enjoy the park. Looking forward to continuing our great works with not only them, but also the Port of Long Beach. They had very significant contributors to this as well, and I always take my hat to the Port of Long Beach for always coming through and helping us make sure that we provide the up to the date services for our residents in West Long Beach. Thank you very much. At this point, I want to bring up Brett to come in and say a few words. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman, and welcome to Admiral Kidd Park. was a bit worried earlier this week. We had that ongoing monsoon with lots and lots of rainfall. So thank you, whoever arranged this beautiful day. I remember about 3 years ago when I first met, well, he was vice mayor at the time, but Mayor Richardson met with me and he said, Brent, one thing that I want you to be mindful of is the immense need for playgrounds, especially in North Long Beach. So, it was, a terrible sadness the day that this park was taken, or this playground was taken away from us. I came out to Admiral Kidd Park that next week, right after school. This is one of our Be Safe sites. And I was equally saddened to see that there were no kids here. And I thought, without this playground, what are all these children doing in their after-school hours? So I do want to give a great shout out to our Community Recreation Services team, because they rallied together and they put together, yes, they put together the most creative array of after-school programs and events that kept all these kids coming back to a safe place that was very welcoming, where they got to know their neighbors and build friendships, and that's really what playgrounds are all about. We have 166 parks, so I never ever tried to single one out, but today I have to admit Admiral Kidd Park is my favorite park. So. Also, I'm going to be introducing Eric Lopez, one of my best colleagues in the city. He's the Director of Public Works, and we both love basketball, so I would be remiss if I didn't wish all of you the best in your March Madness bracket. So we got the Final Four coming up. But, I did want to also say that, this is a tremendous opportunity. When we have the chance to build a new playground, we've elevated the sophistication of it. These are totally accessible, which we're very proud of. They're a lot of fun. They help kids of all abilities build not just social skills, but a lot of physical dexterity, a lot of confidence skills, and that's really what playgrounds are all about. I also, want to give a shout out to, because I see her every day, Trinka Rousel and all of the great partners of parks, board members. They really have stepped it up. To see them, rally the community and make a really compelling case to come together and really make a difference for the kids. And, that's so many meetings I'm in when we try to work things out with adults and we get to an impasse. We come up with some of the kind of positions they're not really willing to budge with. And all I do is I end the meeting, I said, you know what? It's all about the kids. And that's what today is all about. So, sprouting from this landscape behind me, you're going to see one of the most amazing playgrounds. And I share your excitement in seeing this project move forward. So, again, I mentioned him earlier, but, our collaboration with Public Works really make great things happen across all of our parks and recreational areas. So I'm going to welcome Eric Lopez, and he's going to share a few words with you. So welcome, Eric.
Thank you, Brent. Good afternoon, everybody. It's good to be here with all of you, celebrating the groundbreaking. Thank you, Brent, for the partnership. Building, improving parks and building playgrounds is truly one of the more joyful part of my job, of my day-to-day responsibilities. And I'm happy to be a part of this. I get to build it. I get to work with the engineers and the architects, the project management team, the community engagement team, to really make sure that we're delivering on the expectations. And I'm really proud to say that not only are we rebuilding this playground, but we're rebuilding it better and funner than ever before. So I'm so excited. All right. I'm a parent too. I have a 6-year-old and a 9-year-old here in Long Beach, and they play in every playground they can play on. So they hold me accountable. If we don't do it right, they make sure and they tell me about it. So I'm really proud of all the little ones, all the kids that get to enjoy our many parks and our many playgrounds. 12 years ago, almost to this week, the city celebrated about $10 million expansion to Admiral Kidd Park. Prior to that, this park only consisted of a baseball backstop, a swing set, and a merry-go-round, and it didn't have a lot of the amenities that it has today. When we did the expansion, we added 3.6 new acres to this park, and we included new fitness stations. We enhanced the lighting for the soccer fields. We built more gathering areas, and then we also did the artificial turf field that's right behind us as well, a brand new state-of-the-art play field. So I'm very proud of what we've done, and I'm really proud of all the improvements that are coming up with this new playground being the latest and greatest, and then before we jump over to the other side on Hudson Park. So it's really a really exciting time for our city's infrastructure. Our city's infrastructure has gotten an infusion of funding in large part thanks to Measure A. So I want to recognize all the Measure A folks that voted for it, have supported it, that have helped us really make a positive impact within our community and help with our community development. In this case, Measure A didn't do it alone. And I'm really proud of the private-public partnership to make this happen. And, some people think 2 years is not fast. In public projects, 2 years is really fast. So I do want to highlight that by this summer, when we have kids playing and talking about how amazing this park is, we did work as fast as we can. So we're going to keep working as fast as we can. Our Measure A funds continue to help us enhance playgrounds throughout this entire city, and it helps us make them not just more enjoyable, but a lot safer. So here we will be adding a lot of new safety lighting. We have increased the accessibility to the playground, and we are adding more shade structures than ever existed. So I'm really proud about that element as well. We are also going to be, once we're done with this playground, we are making lots of progress on Silverado. We're looking forward to unveiling the designs for the Silverado playground, which will be coming up next. So we're here celebrating not just this amazing playground, but the many other playgrounds coming to the west side as well. Public Works doesn't just do playgrounds. It's one of the more enjoyable parts, but we also do streets. We also do storm drains. We also do a lot of our other public right-of-way improvements. And we do have a lot of new improvements coming to the west side. We're going to be focusing on Daisy Avenue, Willow Street, Easy Avenue, Hill Street, just to name a few of the many streets that are going to get complete repairs in the coming 5-year infrastructure investment plan that the City Council approved this last summer. Earlier this month, we also had brand new, that's right. I love investment. Let's keep investing in our infrastructure. I also want to highlight that we are installing more bike hubs than we ever have. Long Beach truly wants to be known as a multimodal city, and we want to provide as many opportunities for people to get around, in not just their cars, but in their bikes and their scooters and every other way that people get around, especially on that last mile travel. I want to give a shout out to the team. I wouldn't be up here without the team in Public Works that does the day-to-day program and project management. So let me start with Marilyn Sarakas, our Project Management Bureau Manager, who is here with us today. As part of Marilyn's team, we have Charlene Angsuko, our Project Management Officer, that I also want to recognize. We also have Catherine Nguyen. She does all the parks. She joined us recently. Thank you, Catherine, for your hard work. Renee Williams, one of our project managers within the department. Thank you, Renee, for doing the day-to-day coordinating. And then we also have inspectors and engineers and designers, all of which I'm really grateful. I also want to thank our staff within the Parks Department who work with us hand in hand on making all of this happen. Okay, enough of me. I know you want to hear Trinka say a few words, so I'm going to pass it to Trinka Roswell. And I just want to say thank you for the true and sincere partnership. We really do appreciate it. Trinka?
Thank you, everybody. Good afternoon and welcome to this milestone day. Woo! My name is Trinka Rousel. I'm the Executive Director of Partners of Parks. Partners of Parks was founded by 3 well-meaning individuals who wanted to protect parks and open space in Long Beach. Their names were B. Antenor, Bob Lamond, and Betty Davenport. I still hear stories about them. They began as Friends of Long Beach Parks in 1981 and incorporated as a 501c3 Partners of Parks in 1985. Our mission today is the same as it was then, to fulfill unmet funding needs in Long Beach parks, programs, and amenities. The day after this playground burned down in 2021, Parks Director Brent Dennis sat at our board meeting and shared the tragic news. Shortly after, he came to us and said the city would like Partners of Parks to launch a fundraising campaign to rebuild the playground. We launched our campaign with a press conference here, right over there, 19 months ago at this very site to a crowd of more than 30 concerned community members, city officials, and funding partners, several local news media, and even scored a spot on the ABC Eyewitness News. We announced Partners of Parks' $10,000 campaign kickoff matching gift. And about 6 weeks later, I got a magical campaign-changing phone call from Olga Chavez of Marathon Petroleum. She asked me if the naming spot was still available, and I said yes. And she said the foundation had approved a naming gift of $250,000. Woo! I was speechless, which, if you know me, never happens. Shortly after that, I received a call from Frank Newell. Hi, Frank. I see you in the back. Frank said that he and his wife had a foundation and they would also like to make a large gift, $25,000. And then Derek Simpson, hi Derek in the back, from the Earl B. and Lorraine H. Miller Foundation, said that their board generally doesn't fund capital projects, but because Partners of Parks had a match, that they were sort of able to match our match and donate $5,000. And then Junior League of Long Beach joined with the $10,000 gift. Woo! Followed by the Bess Hodges Foundation with $3,000. Behind the scenes this whole time, I'd been working with Marie, she'll be a future speaker, Marie Lloyd of Amazon, to secure the remaining gap funding that we needed to purchase the playground equipment. That was my milestone for us, to be able to raise enough funds to buy the equipment. And that call came last March, just a little over a year ago, from Marie announcing their $150,000 gift. And last but not least, Long Beach Economic Partnership, on behalf of Prologis, joined with their $25,000 gift. We managed to secure also, on top of all that, we managed to secure a $25,000 gift discount from the playground provider and order the equipment before the price increase went into effect. So thank you for all of that. It's like the planets aligned and it all happened. So I'm here to say thank you to our funding partners and to our brick purchasers for coming together with your hearts and your dollars to help us purchase the upgraded, accessible playground equipment to restore the safe space for children to play in an underserved, equity-challenged community who has already suffered so much through the pandemic. We couldn't have done it without you. Thank you to the city for partnering with us and giving us an opportunity to bring the community and these funders together to fulfill this unmet need. And thank you to the Parks Director, Brent Dennis, for recognizing our value and championing Partners of Parks for this project. And thank you to my board members in the green shirts. You can't miss them. Raise your hand. For your unwavering support and being here today. I can't wait to celebrate with you all at the ribbon cutting. And now I'd like to introduce CP Patsatsis, VP Refining from Marathon LA Refinery, who'd like to say a few words. We drove by there. Randy and I got lost on the way. We took a wrong turn and we drove right by the refinery, so they're very close by. Come on.
Yeah, one of the benefits of being towards the end is that all your talking points have been covered. So hopefully I'll be very, very short. Hey, truly, we're honored, blessed to be part of this project. It's an honor to be part of this community, and it's an honor to serve the kids of this community. And this park is really about the kids. It's our future. So those pictures tell everything that you need to know. I'm looking forward to summer for the actual openings. And I can share with you, I got a 21 years old, almost 21 years old, and a 19-year-old boys, and they still remember their favorite parks. So the impact is understated many times. So this is a tremendous achievement. The partnership between private sector and the city and all the organizations that are part of this is really remarkable. So we should all feel very, very proud for teaming together for a common cause. So thank you for being here. Thank you for all you do for the community. And then just to highlight, this park is such a close proximity to two organizations that are near and dear to our hearts, right? Cabrillo School right here, and the Boys and Girls Club, which we partner with. So again, great achievement. Looking forward to the ground opening ceremony, the real ceremony, and thank you for again allowing us to be part of this project. Thank you.
And now I'd like to introduce Marie Lloyd from Amazon.
Thank you, Trinka. And hearing that was almost a year ago, it feels like 10 years ago and yesterday at the same time. So happy to be here. Long Beach is such a beautiful city, and I think when I'm talking about that moment of time, how I really got to know the city at Amazon was working through the pandemic with all of you, and learning so much about how wonderful it is, how much you all care about your community, but also how much more joy we need to bring to our young children, especially during that time of isolation. And so when Trinka did call me a year ago and say, hey, there was a fire and we are bringing the phoenix back from the ashes, Amazon moved fast to secure that funding, and we're so proud to join with you today. I'm thankful for everyone that's come out today, and we believe that this shows the power of what can be accomplished when we break down silos and the public and private sectors work together. So thank you again.
Well, good afternoon, Long Beach. My name is Noel Hasagaba, and I serve as Deputy Executive Director at the Port of Long Beach. And it's my honor and my pleasure to be here on behalf of the Port to join all of you, join our mayor, our city council member, and all of you in the audience, our city leadership, our city manager, as well as our assembly member, Josh Lowenthal, who I see in the audience as well. It really is, yes, you. It really is a pleasure to be able to be part of this celebration. When the mayor was talking about his nickname for Admiral Kidd Park, the Phoenix, makes total sense. And if my memory serves me correctly, the Phoenix rose from the ashes on its own. But in the case of this park, it took all of us coming together, truly a collaborative partnership. And the Port of Long Beach is proud to be part of that. We're known internationally as a major gateway of trans-Pacific trade, but here in town, we want to be known as a strong community partner. Our Board of Harbor Commissioners, our leadership back in 2005 made a bold declaration to be the world's first green port. And since that time, we've continually risen the bar to make sure that we do our part, not just to beautify our community, but reduce emissions. So we're very proud to be part of this project. Our community grants program, which helped to fund this, the landscaping, to plant carbon capturing trees, to create a buffer for noise, drought-resistant shrubs. All of that landscape is going to contribute to the success of this playground. So again, on behalf of the Port of Long Beach, thank you all for being here, and thanks to all of our partners and our city leaders for making this happen together. And at this time, I'd like to turn it back to our mayor.
All right, folks, we've heard from all the people who work together to make this happen. Isn't it incredible what we can accomplish in local government when we work together? All right. I want to take a moment of personal privilege. Come on up, Josh Lowenthal, our new assembly member. So look, yes, this was private, this was local government, but we do have a champion and a partner in state government. So let's hear from Josh.
Exactly what you need, another politician speech. I want to thank the Port of Long Beach for donating this ship behind me, as a matter of fact. I didn't realize that container ships were so small back then. Actually, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be very brief. Communities are defined by their parks and open space and by their partnerships. Those two things, it's that simple. The way that this has come together is a model for all of us, for the state of California, And I can assure you that in my capacity in the State Assembly, I will continue to fight for funding for projects exactly like these in this community and beyond. I certainly believe in the mayor's promise for the West Side and all the things around that, and looking forward to bringing my family here and enjoying this community like the rest of you. So thank you for all the incredible work, and look forward to being here more. Thanks.
All right, sounds like between my little girls and your little girls and Eric's little girls, we're going to be pretty busy at this playground. Now it's time for us to break the ground. So all of the speakers, if you could come on forward, line up. We know how to do this. If you don't know how to do this, I'll show you. Don't worry. We do a lot of groundbreakings and ribbon cuttings in Long Beach.
Thank you all for coming. Please take some water and food. Thank you.